Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today we're doing one of those famous unboxing videos that the kids keep talking about whilst we set up a game in the background ready to, well, also film but mainly just to play it because the game's awesome. So, as you can see here, we're going all out with the Asgardians and we're looking at Thor and Valkyrie. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a look inside as we always do, have a look at the cards, check out the bits that come with it, and then I'm going to show you what they'd look like painted in true Blue Peter style, because here's some that Sparks has painted earlier, but we'll look at them at the end. We don't want to get you too excited too quickly. So, same old packaging as always. A little bit of a write-up on the back. You guys can read that in your own time. More tokens and the cards. Again, nicely packed with this little bit of card that stops them from bending. I know I always talk about it, but I think it's pretty cool. Yeah. The instructions. Thor takes up, what's that, half a page and then a quarter at the top, and then Valkyrie's the rest. But I have been warned that some of the steps are missed out on Valkyrie.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you to glue her head together, and it completely misses out the step where you glue the knife sheets to a leg.
Is a head necessary?
Yes.
I suppose it's beautiful as well, actually. So yeah, as I say always, as often you get 4 bases. So I'm building up quite a collection of these little lipped ones, which I don't like to use as much. But yeah, I'll just pop those to one side because you've seen those in other videos. We're going to look at the models first for a change. Normally we don't. This is, of course, Thor, the God of Thunder. There's some really, really nice conversions of a fat God of Thunder. There's also some really bad ones out there, but yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Thor isn't a character I actually like. My dad obsesses over him, but I've never really got it.
I didn't until Jason Aaron.
I've not read any of them.
Jason Aaron Thor is really, really good.
I'm way behind, so I might have to check it out. But yeah, this model is absolutely one of my favourites of these models that have come out. In fact, I think, because we're going to look at this set, and then in the next unboxing video, I'm going to look at Loki and Hela. They're just all 4 of them are some of the nicest models that have been released for this. Here we'll have a look at Valkyrie. As you can see, she's in a lot of bits. Now, I do keep hearing a lot of complaints about the fact that she's in a lot of bits, but it's not like they're doing it on purpose. It's digital sculpting, and
there is absolutely no way that you would be able to plastic cast on a sprue that head in one part. It has to be in 3 because of the way the hair, ponytails, or pigtails, and braids overhang over the cloak. It has to be in 3 pages.
It does, and as I said, it's the price you pay for the quality of models in plastic. Yeah. They could be sculpted in metal or resin, but they wouldn't be as good.
Yeah. If you wanted it in one part, it would be like Games Workshop Sister of Bottleheads. They'd all be bolt cuts.
Yeah.
This is the only way you can cast a head with long hair in one part like that. Either that or it's flat and flowing in the wind like some of the elves used to be.
Alright, so let's have a look. So we've got the cards, we'll come back to those in a second, and we've got the tokens. They're the same usual quality. You've got your bleeding tokens, some status tokens, some little Thor hammer tokens that I'm assuming his card will give me some knowledge of what they are.
The Thor hammer ones are just like the Wakanda ones, the Panther head ones, they're just affiliation tokens.
Right.
You need to lightning bolts for shock.
Oh, cool. So yes, so we get another mission because this is an affiliation leader, essentially, isn't it, Thor? And with those, you always get a new mission, and this one's called Fear Grips the World as Worthy Terrorized Cities. So, place 4 Celestial Hammers, as shown on D. Yeah. Players score 1 victory point for each Celestial Hammer held by a character they control during the cleanup phase. And then, of course, there's the interaction. 18 points. Or 18 power, should I say? Threat. Okay. I will actually get attacked in the comments. I did last time because I kept saying turn instead of round. Oh, I can't do that. The internet are not happy. But yes, here we've got Hela, Loki, Valkyrie, of course, Thor, and your favourite down at the bottom there.
Yes.
Which is Angela.
Angela.
And she's on the Guardians of the Galaxy card as well, isn't she?
From what they're showing on the Twitch stream, yeah, she's on Star-Lord's Guardians affiliation as well.
which is pretty cool because, as I said, she's going to be a must for you.
Oh yeah,
you're a big fan.
I love Andra.
Yeah, and these are the 2 cards that come with it. You get this one, which is Thunderwave, unaffiliated. If it is Thor Asgard's activation, he is within 1 of an allied Captain America. You may spend 2 to play this card. So this seems like it's going to be very similar to Iron Man's. And that's cool. There's not a lot to say on that one. So while within 1 of Cap, Thor may use the Thunder Wave attack shown above. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So we've looked at... I'm not that excited. I really want to look at the pretty painted models, if I'm honest. And then Odin's Blessing. So this is pretty good because Asgard, it's reactive. When an allied Asgard character would be damaged by an enemy effect, you may spend 3 power to play this card and it reduces the amount suffered by 1. Now, we were talking about this actually, weren't we, today in the car. It's really good in certain situations, but it's not the best affiliation card so far.
But that seems to be what they're doing though, because if you look at all the affiliation cards, the ones that are what people would see as top tier, I think, Wakanda Forever and coming up Crew of the Milano with
for the Star-Lord
are astonishingly good at affiliation cards, but their affiliation leadership abilities are okay.
Yeah, weaker, we would say.
I use King of Wakanda a lot, but that's just because I can, rather than
a need.
It's not doing like any other, but it's like first superpower is 1 less or the stupid Cabal one, which every time you do damage you get an extra power.
That one is fantastic, it really is.
But again, is it Dark Reign, the Cabal one?
Yes.
The generic Cabal one. It's alright.
I don't think I've ever actually... Have I used it? I can't remember doing so.
You used it in one of our practice games and then you killed the character on the first activation, which meant that the rest of the text on it for the rest of the turn did pretty much nothing. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, that was the first. It's okay, yeah, but compared to the ability, the leadership ability, it's pants. But in this case, you've got cards which they've done good the way that they've balanced the affiliations like that. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at Thor's card, and then we'll actually be able to see his affiliations power, which is what we were talking about before. So as we look up at the top here, Thor has 6 stamina. He moves a medium. He's a size 2. He costs 5. Defense is 4/4/3, as you can see on the card. Physical and energy. Is it called energy in the game? Yes. Yeah, a 4, and then Mystic is 3. And then he's got his basic strike, which is a range of 2. Yeah, he rolls 6 dice. That's pretty impressive. After this attack is rolled, he gains that many power. And he can also throw the hammer if it gets a wild, which is pretty cool. And that... Oh, that is actually pretty far. 5 or less. So yeah, that's cool. Then you've got a hammer throw, which is obviously a specific hammer-based attack. After this attack is resolved, the target character gains the shock spell condition, which is what we were talking about before. And that's a range of 5, rolls 5 dice, but it costs you 1 power. And then we have God of Thunder, which is an A2. 7 dice, and it costs 6. So... It's area 2, it hits every character within range 2 of them. It's impressive. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm guessing people are going to gun for him anyway, so he's going to get that power on him quick enough. Let's have a look now at the skills. So at the start of each of your turns, 1 allied character may spend a power. If they do, remove 1 damage or 1 special condition from that character. Each allied character may use this leadership once per round. It's pretty good. Yeah. That's really, really good. Prince of Asgard. Then he has 4 Asgard, which is an action. This character immediately makes a move action followed by a strike action. If the attack deals 1 damage, the target gains a stagger special condition. Superpower can only be used once per turn. So it's essentially like a really, really good version of Charge. balanced a little bit by that it specifically has to be a strike action rather than an attack.
Yes.
So there's no like Killmonger rushing into Black Ops Strike or Zemo with Steel Rush after a charge. It has to be his basic strike.
Yep, and it costs 3 to do. So that's
because of the stagger.
Yeah, because of the stagger. So the next one is Strongest Avenger. Again, costs you 3. Choose an interactive terrain feature or enemy character, both size 4 or less, and within 2, and throw it medium, and it can only be used once per turn. So that's pretty good. That's most bits of scenery on the board. And every model on the board? What size is Hulk again?
4.
So yeah, so it's everybody at this present juncture anyway.
From what we've seen through the spoiling on the Atomic Mass streams, the only thing that can throw anything bigger than Thor is Groot.
I love Groot.
Because Groot can throw but has no size restriction on it.
Nice. And then we have Asgardian, which is during the power phase, this character gains 1 additional power, and he also has flight, which makes sense. Let's flip him over. This is the damage side. I'm not so sure about that damage picture, but first thing we always check is there any differences, and there is straight away. You can see he has extra stamina. He goes up from 6, was it before, to 8. Other than that, I don't think there's any differences. That's a pretty good difference, actually. Extra 2 stamina. So then we're going to look at Valkyrie. Now, if you've watched our previous, or in fact our only playthrough so far on the channel, you'll have seen Valkyrie in action. However, I was probably more scared of her than I needed to be, and I ganged up on her a little bit.
She is a glass cannon.
Yes.
She's very good at what she does, but she doesn't take hitting very much.
So she's got 6 stamina, moves medium, size 2, costs 3, and then all of her defences across the board are 3. So she's a good 3-point character, she is. And she's up there with the other 3-point characters. So she's got her strike, as most characters do have a strike or a variation on it. A distance of 2, rolls 5 dice as opposed to Thor's 6, and it doesn't have any wilds on it. Then we have Dragon Fang. After the attack is resolved, the target character gains the bleed special condition, and we know how effective bleed is in this game.
Bleed's cool.
Yeah. And then you've got for your wildest flurry. After this attack is resolved, this character can make a strike action. It costs 3, roll 7 dice, and it's a distance of 2. So there's 2 decent attacks. Both of those are physical attacks. Go across down here to Asgardian Might. Costs a 2 to do. Choose an interactive terrain feature, which is size 2, and she can lob it a small. So it's a pretty standard throw-in. And then we've got Charge. We know of Charge. We have used it before. But as I said, it costs 2. This character immediately makes a move action followed by an attack action. This superpower can be used only once per turn. Then we've got Warrior of Legend, which again costs 2. During the next attack made by this character this turn, it may change 1 die to a hit for each critical or wild in its attack roll. That's good. No more to say. That's really good. And then Asgardian, during the power phase, she gains an additional 1, which I haven't seen Loki and such yet because we haven't done the unboxing, but I'm pretty confident.
Spoiler alert. They're the same.
Yeah. And then we'll flip it. Now, she's different, as in she gets less stamina. She goes down to 5. She doesn't gain any extra abilities or anything either.
No.
So
she's a solid 3-point character.
Yeah, you can't argue with that. So she's really good. But now's the time that you've all been waiting for. Now Sparks has been painstakingly painting away at these.
Not too much.
So we'll look at Valkyrie first. We've seen her briefly before, but we'll get in on this. He's being modest, but they are really, really nice. That blue. Is that Dark Reaper?
What, the main body?
Yeah.
Dark Reaper with a little bit of Carrick Stone equivalent mixed in just to brighten it up.
It's nice. It's really
base coat was straight Dark Reaper, black wash, and then layer up.
So it was really, really nice. Now let's look at the God of Thunder himself. And here he is. I like the eyes. He's got boots that you could paint as retro Thor.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of retro Thor, but I know my dad is, so...
Bright yellow boots.
Bright yellow and black. Beautiful. But yeah, gorgeous model. Really, really nice paint job on him. How were the two of them to build? I know obviously everybody had some complaints about Valkyrie.
I honestly can't remember how Valkyrie goes together.
Feel free to have a gander at the sprue.
Yeah, so I had a mould line down the wraps of gloves around her wrist.
Yes.
So when I was filing that off, I filed down a little bit too far on one of the wrists where the little connecting peg is.
Yes.
Where it glues to her actual arm. So I had a bit of a nightmare gluing that in, so just be careful if you do get a mould line not to cut the actual connecting peg off.
Yes.
Other than that, there was absolutely no problems, because I'd say the way Valkyrie's hair's split down the centre is literally down the centre part, so it only goes together one way.
Yes.
And as long as you don't mess that up completely, the face just slots in underneath. It's really easy.
I mean, if you've built...
Thor, I blue tacked the sprue down so the little wings from his helmet didn't fly off across the room, and then I glued them onto the head in roughly the right place while the head was still on the sprue. So that's probably the easiest way to do that, but you do have to be careful because one of the wings on the wing on the right hand side is slightly smaller than the one on the left.
So make sure you get them the right.
Right, it's easy to get the right way around, but because that one's smaller so that it fits around his hair and his cloak where his arms up.
Yes.
So if you glue them a bit too far down, his head might be a bit awkward to fit in. So
yeah.
It might be an idea to use plastic glue on them so that you can glue them in place while the head's on the sprue, clip the head off the sprue and then dry fit it so that while the glue hasn't set yet,
yes,
you can push it into place.
It's pretty smart.
But they're the only problems there.
Yeah.
One was my own mistake and the other one is just nature of fiddly tiny little
Indeed. Yeah, the only other thing I would suggest is if you've got modelling tweezers, they are pretty handy for a lot of these models. I say it in every video, and I'll continue to say it because it is true. I've seen a lot of people complaining, some justly, some unjustly. Modelling tweezers, little tips like blue tacking it down to a table so things don't ping off.
And if you're building something, see this?
Yep.
Yes, build in there.
I've got a little... basically one of the old Games Workshop 40k box sets. I use one of those to build in for that very reason. If models ping off, they're going to hit the side and that's it.
These are even better because they're a nice big deep box.
Yes, this is true, and theoretically you've probably got it anyway if you're playing this game, because I can't see a reason why anyone wouldn't buy it, even if you didn't want any of the models in it. The rest of the stuff is financially viable, and you want Black Widow just to have that 2-point model.
Yeah, you've got options now. You don't need Black Widow because you've got Okoye and rockets coming out.
Yeah, but I'm very anti-Okoye. Just push my venom away.
No, that's Shuri.
No, it was Shuri, yes. Okoye, yeah, I don't mind Okoye actually. She's a strong 2-point model. Obviously her bodyguard's a bit annoying, but it's meant to be. If you're complaining about the bodyguard skill, there's something wrong with you. It does exactly what it's meant to do. She's a bodyguard. But yeah, so guys, that was this model. We're now going to, obviously in our next video, unbox Loki and have a look. They're also painted, so you get double your whammy. I might just do this always, because Sparks is far faster at painting than I am.
In this case, Loki was an accident. I didn't mean to paint it.
Yeah, you painted while you were painting other stuff, didn't you? Because you'd mixed up the colours, was that?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I already got this green on the palette, might as well do Loki's cloak. Oh, I've already got this brown on the palette, might as well do his boots. Oh, I've already got this gold on the palette, might as well do his stave, and wow, got his skin to do that, he's done.
I've now done 90% of the model. Yeah, guys, so as always, let us know in the comments what you think. If you've got the characters, fantastic. Let us know if you've used them. If you haven't used them, are you going to get them? Are you like us and you're just buying everything because it's Marvel and they're pretty? And if there was a model I didn't like, I wouldn't buy it. But they keep packaging them with models we do like.
And even then, the models I don't like aren't that I don't like them. It's that I'm less interested in them.
Yeah, like I like the Vision model. I think it looks really good. I'm not a big Vision fan, but I am a massive Winter Soldier fan, both in comics, games, everything. Winter Soldier is amazing. I want a Cap Winter Soldier because he had all the goodness of Cap, but he also had a gun. And he was a bit less stable, obviously, because it's Bucky. But yeah, so guys, pray the dice gods hope to smile upon you, and say goodbye, Sparks.
Bye, Sparks.
Bye, Sparks.